Sea salt has occupied a premium position in the culinary hierarchy for decades. It carries associations of artisanal production, mineral richness, and connection to natural systems, the ocean, the salt flat, the ancient evaporation pool. Himalayan pink salt has added a quasi-mystical wellness dimension, marketed on the basis of its mineral diversity and ancient geological origins. Both products command price premiums over iodized table salt that consumers justify through a belief in purity and superior quality. The scientific data on what is actually present in these premium salts presents a picture that the marketing has not begun to address. Research conducted across more than 38 countries has identified microplastic contamination in sea salt samples, with detection rates approaching universal. Meaning the question is no longer whether your sea salt contains microplastics, but how many particles per kilogram and what types. Himalayan pink salt and Mediterranean sea salts have appeared among the higher contamination products in multiple analyses, which is counterintuitive given their premium positioning and supposed distance from industrial pollution. The contamination reflects a foundational reality. The oceans from which sea salt is harvested are now among the most thoroughly microplastic-contaminated environments on the planet. The harvesting process cannot selectively exclude plastic particles that range from a few microns to a few millimeters in size. The specific microplastic types found in sea salt include polyethylene terephthalate, PET, polypropylene, and polystyrene, materials from plastic packaging, fishing gear, and synthetic textiles that degrade in the ocean over decades into smaller and smaller fragments. These particles enter the salt matrix during evaporation and cannot be removed by standard commercial processing. The heat of cooking, rather than providing a protective step, may actually increase the leaching of plastic-associated chemical compounds, including phthalates and bisphenol A, into food from particles embedded in salt crystals. The health effects of chronic microplastic ingestion in humans are an area of active and urgent research, and the honest scientific position is that we do not yet have definitive answers. What we do know includes microplastics have been detected in human blood, lung tissue, placental tissue, and breast milk. They cross biological barriers that were once considered protective. The chemical compounds associated with plastic particles, plasticizers, stabilizers, flame retardants, include known endocrine disruptors and carcinogens. The inflammatory response that particles provoke in tissues is measurable. What remains uncertain is the dose-response relationship and the specific disease burden attributable to the exposure levels people are experiencing through food consumption. The warning here operates at two levels. The individual level guidance is to recognize that the premium price of sea salt and Himalayan salt does not confer lower contamination risk. The evidence runs contrary to this assumption. Refined table salt, produced from underground brine sources rather than surface ocean water, carries significantly lower microplastic contamination in available testing data. The population-level concern is that salt is consumed daily, in every meal, in quantities that create continuous cumulative microplastic exposure. Until regulatory standards for microplastics in food-grade salt are established, and currently they do not exist in the U.S., consumers bear the entire burden of navigating this risk without meaningful label guidance.